You know, I feel like I should be doing this next interview with a handheld microphone with Mr. Jed Etters, none other than the host and co-founder of Spotlight on Seattle. And so, you know, Jed, I get to turn the microphone around on you now.
This is the scary part. You got to be with somebody that you trust if you're actually going to be interviewed. But people don't really realize that most of the time.
Yeah, why is that?
Because when you have the microphone, you can ask people anything you want.
And if they don't answer?
Then you just kind of go with it and you ask them something else. You know, just kind of badger them a little bit.
That's right. I like that idea because, you know, if you don't like what I ask, now I know what to expect.
Well, just remember that I am going to be interviewing you in the future.
Hey.
So, you know, that's why I can trust you here.
That's true. I think they say somebody has them by the balls and the other one by the throat, right?
Exactly.
Well, Jed, so...
You have me by the throat, by the way.
Just to be clear.
Oh, man. Okay, moving on. So, Jed, let's talk a little bit about Spotlight on Seattle, because this is kind of new to the Seattle area, right? I mean, this is maybe an L.A. type thing, a New York type thing, but you're bringing red carpet interviews to Seattle and really putting a spotlight on some of the biggest names out here.
Yeah, well, you know, it was one of those things that we weren't seeing at a lot of events, and you know, it kind of came together at a major event that happened here at the Mercedes dealership.
We were there.
You guys were there.
Yeah.
And it was just something that it turned out to be a real need, and so it just kind of grew from there.
And so now you're at events all over the city.
Yeah, people, you know, hear about us, and they realize the opportunity that it can provide at your event to, you know, to further your event. You know, a lot of times things end right at your event, like, oh, that was a great event. But if you actually have kind of a video interview and people talking about your event, it can go on.
So I want to talk about the idea of conception here, because I can just imagine sitting around with my buddies having drinks going, you know what, I think I'm going to walk people down a red carpet and interview them. How did that conversation go?
So actually, if I'm being completely honest, it wasn't even my idea. You know, I at the time, my friend, Sasha O'Leary, she called me up and she said she was putting on this event, and I graciously said, hey, if you need any help with anything, let me know. And I'm thinking I'm going to be sitting there scrubbing floors, putting napkins on tables, you know, arranging cupcakes.
Sure.
And she's like, well, I've got a great job for you. And I'm like, well, what's that? She's all, I need you to host the videos, the red carpet interviews. And I'm like, okay, well, hey, let's make it work.
And everybody trusted you to do it.
Everybody trusted me. It actually ended up working out well, and I had several people call me after the interview. I thought that's the end of it, right? Okay, well, it was a great night, and a whole bunch of people called me afterwards, and they said, hey, can you bring Spotlight on Seattle over to our event? So it worked out well.
Well, you do a great job, and it does. You know, what is your goal with the interviews when you're interviewing people?
Well, you know, the goal is to highlight whoever it is that, you know, that we're interviewing, and to really kind of bring up what kind of value they're bringing to the table, because everybody has value, and you just kind of bring that to the surface, and to make them look good on camera. We want to have something that they can use, they can put on their Facebook, they can put on their webpage, and they're interviewed by, you know, a professional, you know, Spotlight on Seattle.
And it really does add a lot to an event, I think. I mean, you know, you put people in a position where it's an experience you can't have other places.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's something different, definitely. And again, like I said, the reason why it does create a lot of hype, too, at the event. People see the camera, they see these people they have their moment going on, and they kind of, you know, they're going, hey, you know, I kind of want my chance. I want my turn. And it creates an opportunity for them, but it does create a little bit of buzz at the events. Do
you see yourself as a future Ryan Seacrest?
You know, what's really funny is, you know, people say, well, you'll be the Ryan Seacrest of Seattle. Yeah, I aspire to be half as good as Ryan Seacrest.
Why? Go for it.
You know, I mean, who knows? Who knows? We'll see if people continue to like me on camera.
Well, I think you do a great job. What type of events are you going to these days? What are some of the bigger events you have coming up?
Well, we've got a really, really important event coming up, and this month, actually. It's the Brashenomics 1-year anniversary party, and it's going to be a Blue Martini, so we're really excited about that.
June 21st, come one, come all. We're celebrating.
We're going to be interviewing some of the top-notch professionals that you have on your show. And but aside from all joking aside, and that is going to be a great event for being sincere, but we're doing a lot of events, a lot of fundraisers, a lot of we just did Norris Frederick. He's an Olympic athlete that's from our area, so we did a event for him. We did the Michael Ryan Pattison event, which is for spinal cord research. So we're just doing a whole bunch of different things, a lot of YPN.
Which is, it's a great idea, and it's a great way for people to get recognized. We joke when now I'm interviewing you and you're interviewing me that we do kind of the same thing. We're interviewing top people in Seattle. And it's always fun to have the I guess in this case, the microphone turned.
But just remember that I have the camera on you the whole time.
There's one right there, buddy.
We got the camera.
We are live streaming.
But people are tuning in on the radio. They only can tune in for me on the actual video.
Yeah. Well, Jed, thanks so much for joining us.
I do have one question. Sorry, gotta pipe in. I want to know about the bow tie. Is that something that started as your signature piece, or has that been part of the Jed Etters shtick for a while?
So the bow ties, yeah, people mention that. So I don't wear the same bow tie at any of my events. I actually go out and get a different bow tie for each event. So if you're thinking that it's the same event that I did the interview and I have a different bow tie, you're wrong. So the only thing that you'll see at least twice would be a black bow tie, and that's just for black tie events.
Yes, I think that works. I don't think you need multiple bow ties.
You gotta have
black bow ties.
What can you really do? You can't really switch up the suits too much. There's only so many gray and black suits, but you can change out the bow tie.
I like that. You're gonna have quite the collection by the end of this year if the things keep going the way they are.
That's right.
Well, Jed, thanks so much for joining us. Really do appreciate it, and we'll see you soon.
Looking forward to it.
All right, coming up next, Cameron Johnson joins us from ITEX, another young professional out here who really understands a lot about giving people opportunities to grow their business. We'll be right back after this break.